Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today for a live walk and talk from Disneyland Park for the Season of the Force. Mike is in Disneyland for us. How's it going, Mike?
Hey, hi, how's it going? It's the opening day, the launch of Season of the Force, Star Wars Season of the Force 2024 here at the happiest place on Earth. You can see the Matterhorn there in the background, but we're here to talk about Star Wars today. I got up bright and early. I was here for the 6 a.m. media event. And there's lots of fun Star Wars stuff happening around both Tomorrowland and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. But I thought we'd start here in Tomorrowland to check out that stuff first.
I like the idea of starting in tomorrow. That is good.
Right. Starting tomorrow, you end in a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Perfect.
So one of the many new activities available in Disneyland for Season of the Force is this scavenger hunt type activity where you just talk to a cast member in the Star Trader gift shop here in Tomorrowland, and complimentary, included with the price of admission, you can get one of these cards. And this leads you on a scavenger hunt through both Tomorrowland and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And when you complete that scavenger hunt, you come back here, you turn in your completed sheet. If you got the correct answer, they will give you your prize, which I noted on Twitter is a kind of a little Arabesh translator card with Chewbacca on the front. So that's that exciting part. But there's little so these signs that you'll find around Tomorrowland are related to that scavenger hunt. You can see one right here.
I'll try and get that image of that prize for us here shortly.
Okay. But yeah, you can see that sign right there. It's part of the investigating you're going to be doing for the scavenger hunt. Over here at this little food kiosk, you can get a Darth Vader stainless steel tumbler with Darth Vader. There's some Star Destroyers, Imperial Stormtroopers. It's $27.99, which seems a little pricey to me. You can also get the Donald Easter egg.
I do like that tumbler though. Can you?
Yeah.
Sorry, can you take a closer look at that at all here?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, that is a very cool design. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Stormtroopers. On this side, we've got Darth Vader.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
One other very popular item has proven to be the Jabba the Hutt popcorn bucket.
Yes.
Which comes with a salacious crumb, little dangling.
Oh, very cool.
There you go. Thank you very much. You can hook that salacious crumb on your backpack or whatever you want to do. Thank you. Appreciate it. He's got a bunch of them in his cart there. There's also a Millennium Falcon popcorn bucket. The Jabba does laugh if you turn him on and open up his mouth. Oh, gonna get a demo. Oh, it's not turned on right. You gotta pull the tab out from the bottom, which you don't want to do before they sell it. So
right.
Yeah. So that's another big item. They got the Falcon back too. That was the older one that they brought back.
Yeah, that is a cool popcorn bucket. Have you picked that one up, Mike?
I will admit that they gave me one of these for the media.
Okay.
So cool. I have it in my backpack that I'm wearing right now. I didn't care. I have sworn off popcorn buckets, but I was going to purchase, if this was sold separately, I was going to purchase a little slash like backpack clip thing, but didn't have to. It comes all as one, they come together. I didn't have to buy it. They gave me one. So
very cool.
I was happy about that. I'm going to probably attach that to my backpack later on. Something else in Tomorrowland that has returned for Season of the Force. Now, this has been coming and going from Disneyland since 2015. 2015 when The Force Awakens came out, I believe. It's called Hyperspace Mountain, and it is an overlay of the classic Disneyland attraction, Space Mountain. And a fun tidbit about Space Mountain, the original version here at Disneyland. Well, actually, the original version is at Magic Kingdom. But the one here at Disneyland opened, I want to say it was like 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after Star Wars, the movie, came out in theaters in 1977. So it's like right around the same time we got Star Wars, the original film, Space Mountain opened at Disneyland. But now you can come and ride Hyperspace Mountain during Season of the Force. And that, it kind of puts you in the cockpit of, makes you feel like you're flying in a kind of X-Wing starfighter, fighting against the Empire, blowing up TIE fighters. It's pretty fun. It's a good seasonal overlay. And it has come and gone a number of times since 2015. But I enjoy it. It's always a lot of fun, in my opinion.
Do you prefer Hyperspace Mountain to the original, or would you?
No, I think if I had to pick, I feel the same way about Haunted Mansion. Also, like I'm always probably going to go with the original version. But I do enjoy Hyperspace Mountain. I also really miss Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy, which is the Halloween version of Space Mountain. Have you gotten to do that? Did you have a chance to do that?
No, I never did.
Yeah. Well, that hasn't been around in some years, but all the different versions are pretty fun. Nothing really going on inside Star Wars Launch Bay, which you would think like this would be a good opportunity to update it or reopen it. The only thing really happening in there is the Darth Vader meet and greet if you're a Disney Visa card holder, I believe.
What has normally been going on in there?
Nothing. I mean, every once in a while they'll use it for a special event, like for a queue. You can queue up in there, like for one of the Disneyland After Dark events or something like that. But otherwise, they don't really use it.
I do have the image for us real quick. Here is that Chewbacca card you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, exactly. And that says Chewbacca in Arabic on the left there.
Very cool. And Kyle said, reminds me of the indie cards.
Yes. And it's very helpful if you're walking around Galaxy's Edge. There's a lot of Arabic to translate, as we'll see in a bit. Here's another one of those signs for the Scavenger Hunt.
Very cool. Now, was the only location for the Scavenger Hunt in Tomorrowland, or is there also one in Galaxy's Edge?
No, so you have to go to both Galaxy's Edge and Tomorrowland to be able to complete the Scavenger Hunt. Because see how it says decode the green cylinder on the bottom here? Those cylinders that you're looking for are hidden around Galaxy's Edge. So it is involves both lands, and you kind of have to hunt around both areas to solve the full puzzle.
But to get your starter or to redeem for your prize, is that only in Tomorrowland?
Oh yeah, I believe so. I believe it's only in the Star Trader here in Tomorrowland. I could be mistaken, but I am pretty sure.
Very cool. There you go. You can do your Season of the Force Scavenger Hunt.
Here's another one of those signs here.
Jason says DVC Lounge is on the top now.
Yes. Also, yeah, if you want to hang out up there, you can see on that balcony, they've got the tables and chairs. If you want to watch the fireworks from the top of what used to be the Carousel of Progress. It used to be America Sings. It used to be Innovations. Then it was Star Wars Galaxy. Star Wars Launch Bay for a while. Has not been open for some time. I think since the pandemic, really.
I actually only recently went into Star Wars Launch Bay here at Disney's Hollywood Studios for the first time in a long time. Probably a couple weeks ago. And it was weird going back in there. It's strange that it still exists, to be honest.
The few times that I've stepped into the one here, it feels like you're kind of stepping back in time to like 2017, because the displays, like the props and models and things, the ships are all from The Last Jedi, which came out in December of 2017, and they haven't changed the display since then. So it just feels like, you know, you're stepping back in time 5 or 6 years.
Luke says, I can't believe they still have the Mickey wrap on the monorail.
Right. It's one of those things that Mickey wrap got added in 2018 for the Mickey's, I want to say it was the 90th birthday, right? Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Now, and Mike, I do have some breaking Star Wars news for you here.
Yeah.
You'll have to give me your reaction here. And I apologize if I mispronounced the name, but Beau Willimon will co-write James Mangold's Star Wars movie.
Do we? I don't know the name Beau Willimon.
He is credited as a writer on Andor.
Oh, great!
So there's some familiarization there, and then also the Netflix series House of Cards, as well as The Ides of March. So some notable credits there.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, Andor is great. I haven't watched House of Cards, sadly, or the other one you said.
Also, looks like an executive producer on Apple's Severance, which is a fantastic show. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Track record there.
There's the submarine lagoon looking nice today. It was not a pleasant morning. It was kind of raining when we got here, but it has cleared up. It's nice and sunny and getting to be kind of warm too. So
I thought it only rains at Disneyland when I go there.
Yeah. Right. Anytime it rains, I wonder if you're in town.
Doesn't look like a day right now, though.
We're gonna head over to Galaxy's Edge and see what's going on in Batu, because that's really where the big exciting stuff is happening, the new stuff.
Now, what is the big draw of Season of the Force, Mike? What are you looking forward to most?
Well, the one big thing that a lot of people are excited about that we haven't seen yet, I know they did a test run on Wednesday night. We were not here for that. But it's called the Spire of the Rising Moons. I think I got that right. And that is basically around the time that the Disneyland fireworks show happens. If you happen to go into Galaxy's Edge and stand and watch from several different vantage points there on Batu, you will hear some familiar Star Wars music synced up with the pyrotechnic elements from the Disneyland fireworks, which I think it's something that people were really asking for a long time, because you could stand there and watch the fireworks from Galaxy's Edge, but you're not getting kind of a enhanced experience out of that until now. So now they are kind of embracing it and making it its own thing, encouraging it. And if you want to make it a specifically Star Wars themed experience, that's a great way to watch the fireworks. So we're going to have video of that coming much later in the day tonight.
And I can confirm that it is Fire of the Rising Moons. That is the correct title.
There you go. Exactly. So there's that. Whoa, that's the monorail. There's that Mickey wrap that Luke was talking about.
I actually never got a chance to see that in person, so that's cool.
Yeah. So there's that, Fire of the Rising Moons. There's also, as we're going to see hopefully when we go in here, 2 new kind of walk-around attraction characters. So there's Sabine Wren, who you know from Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars Ahsoka. She has now appeared in Galaxy's Edge for the first time. And I met her this morning. She was very cool. And then there's also the BDX droids, which had I think they were in the park for one day several months ago when they were doing like a test run. And those videos kind of went viral about that. And I think Imagineering has talked about how they developed them and shown off video of them between then and now. And now, every day, they've said, during Season of the Force, you can come and meet the BDX droids at Galaxy's Edge. And they're very, very charming. It's a really fun, semi-interactive experience. The demonstration that I saw, the woman training the droids kind of brought a kid out of the audience and asked him to give voice commands to the droids, and the droids responded to them. They do little moves, they do little dances. They're very funny and charming. They definitely have personalities of their own, as you would expect from droids in the Star Wars franchise. So hopefully we're going to see them here in just a few minutes when we get into Galaxy's Edge.
Very cool. And you did see a picture of them just a moment ago. We do have video on our Twitter account as well, if we don't see them here in the live stream. And then here is Sabine Wren, as you pointed out.
Yeah. So I haven't actually. So this photo is from this morning, very early this morning when we were here. We are still here, but when we were here earlier, they brought her out to meet the media guests, the invited media. I haven't seen her since then, like coming out and interacting with regular guests.
Interesting.
So hopefully we will stumble across her here as we get into Black Spire Outpost. So right now we're crossing between the Fantasyland area and what's called the Big Thunder Trail, heading into Frontierland. But if we take a right over here at this intersection, we will go into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which remains kind of unadvertised.
Which I like.
I like that too. It's not a secret, obviously, because you know it's here.
Right.
But I do like that this sign here in particular, it just says Frontierland is to the left. It doesn't tell you what you'll find if you go to the right.
And I am collecting a few other images to share with you guys during this live stream here, so just bear with me for a second here.
Great. Here's this old stagecoach that I really like, and it was missing for a while. I think they kind of fixed it up and put it back.
Oh.
I was happy about that.
Yeah, I'm going to have some questions for you regarding a certain cantina that we're going to be passing.
Yes, yeah, we got to talk about that too. Here's another one of my favorite aspects of Galaxy's Edge, this transition point between Frontierland and the Star Wars universe, because you've got these old style Western lanterns on the Frontierland side, and they very deliberately put in right next to it after you pass that transition point, kind of very Star Wars-esque lanterns to kind of tell you you're leaving the world of the familiar Wild West themed land in Disneyland, and you're entering into a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, that's something they do really well with that Disney's Hollywood Studios here as well. And,
yeah,
the transitions work really nicely.
Like $200.
Okay. So we are on the planet Batu now and entering into Black Spire Outpost, which is the name of this settlement. And a little bit earlier, like an hour or two ago, I saw them doing a demonstration of the droids right there in front of that First Order flag. But I have also seen them over this way. So
Do they work the droids into the story of Galaxy's Edge? Like, are they fit into the sequel series?
they don't really anchor them at any specific point in time.
Okay.
I don't. That from what I gathered.
It's weird what they choose to be strict with in terms of the
Yeah.
storytelling in
Right.
that way. You said they were out in front of the First Order building over there, and that are they First Order droids? Are they for the Resistance? What, I don't know what the deal is with them.
I don't know if they have any particular affiliation. But I do see a crowd gathered around here by the land speeders at what I believe is called Black Spire Station. So I don't know if this is going to be the droids or if it's going to be Sabine. I actually think it's the droids because I see the woman who has been the trainer of the droids. She's out here.
Oh yeah.
So this is the third different place that I've seen them today.
Interesting.
Let's see if I can duck in here. Excuse me, sorry. There we go.
Oh, there they are.
I know, she's beautiful, but she's getting married. It's okay.
Here's the one thing that bugs me a little bit, Mac. Is that guy in the background. This is what I was talking about on Slack before. And there's another. They're holding what looks like Nintendo Switches.
That would be really funny if they were controlled with a Nintendo Switch. These are the BDX droids, correct?
Correct. And we're going to get a nice up close look at one of them right now.
I know you like that.
Hey, buddy. Nice to meet you. Oh, he's scanning me.
Jason says a lot of droid builders use game controllers to move their droids. Pretty cool. And DJ Knight says, looking forward to seeing Sabine Wren.
Yeah, we got to see if Sabine is out and about too. I see Mando over there.
Like to do a little voice scan with them. They can only take direction from my voice, but if we were to voice scan you, we could give them some direction. Would you like to do that? Okay. What is your name? Samantha. Very nice to meet you. Okay. Let's see. Who would like to take a direction from Samantha? Oh, okay. Good. Okay, wonderful. Okay, Greg. So have you look right here at Samantha. This is Samantha. And Samantha, I just want you to kind of track your voice a little bit. So if you could just say, my name is Samantha, and where do you live?
I just keep hearing Olaf in my head when she says Samantha.
But you're going to say Greg already knows my voice. So just say, my name is Samantha, and I come from Simi Valley. Okay, wait. Let's right at Samantha. Here we go. Go ahead.
Yeah, these are the new droids and get back to normal. Star Wars Galaxy. The DX droids.
Cool.
It's a good use of the space, but all this time it's been sitting with
walk sideways to the right or sideways to the left. It's your choice, okay? But when you say it, just say BD droid and then your instruction. Okay, so whatever you like. And look right at Greg. Go ahead.
Rick. I was wrong.
BD droid.
I thought she was calling him Rick, R-E-K. But she is saying Greg,
Okay. Well, okay.
which is interesting to me.
Here's the thing. We are just
Shall I tell you why?
and we never want to make any
Yeah, I'm curious now.
So this droid is named Besh, and that symbol there inside the circle is a character from Arabesh called Besh. That symbol, the same symbol, different symbol in the same spot on that droid is Kresh, which is the equivalent of C in the Arabesh language. Now, why isn't that droid's name Kresh? She called him Greg.
If I had to guess, that droid's name might change in the near future.
All right, I want you to come back to my voice command. Okay, come back to my voice command. Great. I'm going to see if we can do this together. Okay. Okay. Why don't we let's face our friends. Let's face our friends here. Greg, can you face our friends? Look towards Samantha. Perfect. Okay. On the count of 3, we're going to do a jump. Okay. On the count of 3. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, look how delightful they are, though. Despite all my nitpicking, they're still adorable and charming.
Your encouragement and your support of our new droids. We're going to go plug in a little bit and work on our council, but thank you so much. Should we go back and sit on our dogs a little bit? Yeah.
I think the best thing about them is that they really feel like Star Wars to me. They really feel like they have personalities.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Like, even, despite the fact that they're not familiar characters, they absolutely fit the universe.
Yep.
Yeah, they're super
Very cool.
Great.
So they're going on break.
Even droids get a break.
Thought we were going to get Jake.
Okay, well, that was good. That paid off. Let's see if we can find Sabine now.
While we're on the hunt for Sabine here, Mike, I want to ask you, how did you feel about the version of the character that we saw in the Sky Festival?
I thought it was pretty spot on to me. I thought, they really captured the spirit of what we knew of Sabine from the animated Star Wars Rebels series. I hadn't seen this sign before. I did have some reservations about this idea that someone could be just like kind of trained to use the Force if they didn't have the innate natural
the
ability.
end count, if you will.
Yeah, but I have been persuaded, and I'm adjusting to the idea, because my whole life up until then, really, the idea was either you were born with the Force or you weren't.
Right.
But I understand thematically and just like on a humanistic level why you wouldn't want that to be the case. So I get it, and I think I will come around to embrace the idea as time goes by. I think is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Yeah, I really like the character as well. I know a lot of people complained about her decision making in the series, and basically how she was the catalyst for everything that went wrong. But
that feels very Sabine to me, because she is
I
a
agree.
very impulsive character and a very passionate. Like she responds to emotion, rather than like pure logic.
Yeah.
So that worked for me.
And she acted purely on that emotion, and like basically out of love for Ezra. So I don't know. It made sense to me.
Yep. Did you watch the trailer for Tales of the Empire?
I did, and it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm super psyched about that. That was like such a pleasant surprise yesterday.
Yeah. I'm almost bummed that it's just shorts. I would rather it be a full-length series.
But I think, I mean, the theory is that we're going to get more of these, I think. Like, we'll get, hopefully, other Tales of the Blank, in Star Wars. Which the one that I really would love to see is Tales of the Bounty Hunters, because there was a book called Tales of the Bounty Hunters that came out in the 90s when I was a teenager. And it's just a collection of short stories all about, those 6 bounty hunters that you see lined up in The Empire Strikes Back on Darth Vader's Star Destroyer. And I just love that book so much. But I would love to see that play out in animation or something similar.
Yeah, I just did a quick search for Tales of the Bounty Hunters, and I definitely had this book growing up also.
Yeah, it's a good one. The IG-88 story in there particularly spoke to me. I just love, they introduced this idea that IG-88 can speed up or slow down time from his own perspective. I just so fascinated by that because he's a droid. He can basically he has to sit there and wait for 2 days. He can make that time go by in like an instant,
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't remember reading these stories at all, but I definitely remember the imagery, like the cover. And then I saw that actually the IG-88, like the start of that story, you have the little silhouette image of him there.
Right.
And I absolutely remember that. I'm going to have to find that book and read it.
It's a good one. But they could also...
Tales of the Empire looks fantastic.
Right. But there was a book called Tales of the Empire in that series in the 90s also that I liked. There was also one called Tales from Mos Eisley Cantina. There's one called Tales from Jabba's Palace. And I think they could tackle all that stuff in animation. And it doesn't have to be the same as the stories we've seen before, but just like idea-wise, I think it would be pretty cool. I haven't seen Sabine just yet, but I think if we hang around a bit, we might.
Now, where has she been meeting? Is she also moving around?
I don't know. I haven't seen her.
Right.
So we got to meet her before the park even opened. And it was right here by Ronto Roasters, inside Ronto Roasters, because it was raining, I think. They wanted to keep her out of the weather. So they put her under the dome here. If you look at my Instagram or look at the video that we have on YouTube, we laugh at Place YouTube. You can see that she's inside this dome.
Yeah, you can see here's an image from earlier.
Yeah. That's a good photo. Who took that?
They have done an amazing job of casting characters for Galaxy's Edge because this looks like Sabine. This is fantastic.
Exactly.
The costume is also just incredible.
Right. Yeah, they got the details right, which is always what makes it work. I think that photo was right here. Can you put it back up on the screen?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
You just line it up there. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. Right about there.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
Lighting is a little bit different, but that's okay.
Right. Let's talk about Oga's while we're waiting for Sabine to come out.
Yes. So I saw there were a couple new drinks you guys got to try.
So by you guys, if by you guys you mean me by myself, yes. I'm just saying if this live stream had started an hour earlier, it would have been much more interesting.
I hope you got some lunch or something after that.
I did. I went and had lunch, and that really helped out a lot. But not only did I only get 3 hours of sleep, but I also was like day drinking at noon.
I just did the math on the time of this tweet, and I was like, yeah, Mike was he had a good early start to his day.
So you'll recall an experience at Walt Disney World called the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser that only lasted a year and a half. And on that experience, as part of the experience, you could purchase 2 different collectible glasses from the bar, which is called the Sublight Lounge. And I guess they had some overstock when that whole thing shut down, because they've sent them here, and now you can buy them during Season of the Force, or I guess it's, while supplies last, is how you would say it.
Yeah.
At Oga's Cantina. The 2 drinks are called the, let me see if I can remember this. The Mustafarian, no, the Fiery Mustafarian.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite of the 2. And it comes with this little tube of spicy, I don't know what it's supposed to be. Some kind of spicy, I think it was like venom or something.
Okay.
And that you pour into the drink and it makes it spicy. The one on the left there is the White Sea Martini. Is that right?
Very, very close. It's the Silver Sea Martini.
Silver Sea Martini. That was okay. I didn't like it as much as the other one. But the great news is, if you want to get your hands on those glasses from Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, you can come down here to Disneyland and get them.
Yeah, those both look awesome. I am definitely more interested in the Fiery Mustafarian. That sounds like a really interesting concept. And by the way, Mike was not kidding that these glasses are from the Galactic Star Cruiser. There is the box that they come in.
I was very happy to because Disney sometimes will gaslight you a little bit. Especially this is a very public, I wouldn't call it a failure, but it was a very public 180 on this experience. And they are, when the news broke that they were going to be selling these glasses, I don't think they used the words Galactic Star Cruiser in any of the press releases.
Sure.
But just to get there and get the box, and the box says Galactic Star Cruiser on it, I was like, okay, at least they didn't go that far into changing the lettering on the box.
Which is funny because if you told everyone that these are coming from the Galactic Star Cruiser, you might have even more guests rushing to go get them.
Right. I do see Kylo Ren and some stormtroopers are over here, but they're old news.
Yeah, I know I want to get one of those now. Those both sound like. I don't know. You don't happen to know what was in those drinks at all, do you? Nope.
Oh no, I don't recall. But we're gonna get accosted by some villains here. Maybe not. Oh. Now he seems perturbed.
Calm down, please.
Mike, you're out of control. You need to calm down. I think he could tell you from the Nogas.
Or he's just a Taylor Swift fan. Isn't that a song? I learned that recently.
Calm down?
Isn't that a song, You Need to Calm Down? Isn't that a Taylor Swift song?
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. I don't know well enough to know what song. I don't think that's the name of the song, but
it's Disney now. Taylor Swift is Disney now.
There you go.
Let's see. We gotta find Sabine.
Well, I can also send you on another scavenger hunt, and that is the scavenger hunt.
Right.
I saw this there as well.
Yes. I know where they all are because we did it. In fact, there's one around the corner here.
It's always funny every time there's a new character debuting in Galaxy's Edge because it always feels like you just have to walk laps around until you find them.
And Avengers Campus.
Yeah, that's true too. At least that's more of a straight line.
Right. So I have the morning that they posted the photo of these canisters, Rebecca, the co-founder of Laughing Place, and I did some research and figured out that they are crafted from these very cool, futuristic lamps that you can buy, I think, at Target and on Amazon. So if you want to make your own one of these, that's what you got to do. You got to kit bash them. But here's one. This is spoiler for you for the scavenger hunt, but that's one of the canisters right there. And that letter number combination on the canister is important for the hunt in solving the riddle.
So you're looking for how many of these canisters?
There are 6 total.
Okay.
The color is also important.
That is a difficult find. I mean, they're not like, they don't stand out in any way, really.
Right. And when we saw that photo that came out, there was an official photo that came out that first day. I thought they were all going to be orange, which I was like, okay, orange is easy to find. It stands out. But they are not. They are each a different color. I think is that the photo I took today?
Yes, this is your photo.
Yeah. That one is over by the Millennium Falcon. So there's another spoiler for you. But like I said earlier, the scavenger hunt is free to play, included with the price of admission, I should say. And it's fun. It takes up some time. It's a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it.
And you do walk away with a fun little Arabesh translator card.
Show again here. There we go.
Yep. I don't see Sabine. I wonder if we should ask a cast member if she's been around.
Something tells me you're not going to get a definitive answer on where.
No, that never pans out.
What are you doing, little girl?
What do you think we should do in the meantime?
Well, is that it for Season of the Force? As far as until obviously we have the fireworks.
Yeah, the other big thing will be the fireworks this evening at 9:30. But we pretty much covered all the bases except for Sabine. We can go and maybe get an update on Tiana.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Did we mention, by the way, I mean, obviously we're not going to be able to share it in the live stream, but did we mention at the top here that there are new adventures on Star Tours as well?
I think I forgot to mention that. That was where we started in Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
you'll have to forgive me. I'm a very little sleep.
I mean, you might have even said it, to be honest, and I just missed it. But
no,
I
meant to include it while we were in Tomorrowland, and then I just blanked on it.
Right, there's a lot going on right now, and you're 2 drinks deep already. So.
No, I'm perfectly sober right now. It's just really just the lack of sleep.
Hello, Marco.
There's a little kid dressed as an Ewok, and it's adorable.
That is adorable. I should mention too that Walt Disney World. That was fantastic. Should mention too that Walt Disney World is also celebrating Season of the Force, where we do have the new adventures on Star Tours here as well.
So yeah, we should talk about that. That was the first thing that we did when we checked in this morning. So I parked at 6 a.m. at the Toy Story parking lot. They took us over on the shuttle to the Esplanade. Then we checked in with the media reps at 6:30. And then we all kind of gathered there in between the parks. And then they walked us into Disneyland at 7. It was directly to Star Tours. And it was raining at that point this morning. I was a little worried that it was going to rain all day, but it's much better now.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah was down in Walt Disney World. He got a similar experience. He got to check out the new Star Tours destination before I did here, actually. So I know there are 3 new hologram messages you can get. One is the Mandalorian and Grogu. One is Cassian Andor from Andor and Rogue One. And one is Ahsoka Tano from Ahsoka and other things. And then there is one new destination that you could go to, or you will go to if you come during Season of the Force, and then it will get mixed in and become one of the randomly chosen destinations. And that's the planet called Seatos, Seatos, from Ahsoka. And there you will encounter a pod of Purrgil, or as we like to call them, the space whales.
Yeah.
There's Chewbacca.
By the way, we should mention too, Season of the Force runs through June 2nd.
Yes.
So you got some time to come out here and celebrate.
In fact, it's going to overlap with Pixar Fest, which starts.
Oh, yeah.
When does that start, Mac? You got to give me a date on that because I don't remember.
That's a great question. I will look into that.
I think it's late May. So the 2 events will overlap by about a month. Sorry, late April is what I meant.
Okay.
Wow, look at the line for Rise of the Resistance is nice and long.
Oh, Tony has the answer for us. Thank you, Tony. April 26th for Pixar Fest.
April 26th.
I like that Tony is in here watching this Star Wars video and immediately has an answer on the one Pixar thing next to it.
So there's about 3 weeks that Season of the Force will have on its own. And then Pixar Fest will start up here. And I think that lasts for 2 months. And there'll be a full month while they overlap as well.
Lots going on out there.
This jumped out to me last time I was here. They made a new service animal. What's the polite way to say this?
Rest area.
Rest area. There we go. Right here under the bridge. Again, on the transition point between Frontier. Oh no, this is Critter Country going into, and then we just left Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
AstroTurf, right? So.
Right. I got it.
Tony says, oddly, I just tuned in at the Pixar moment. Subconscious, I guess.
If you say Pixar 3 times, Tony materializes it. I haven't talked to Tony yet since he got to visit Pixar.
Yeah.
That was kind of awesome. A dream come true for him. So let's just check in on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I feel like, I don't know how you feel, Mac, but after seeing that video yesterday, the animatronics, I'm like 300% more excited for this ride. I don't know. When they first announced it, I was worried it was not going to have any, or not going to have many animatronics, I would say. But
that's fair, yeah. They do look pretty impressive. And I don't know, I'm excited to see this. I just know that it's not an attraction I'm going to experience very often just because I don't tend to go and do the water-based attractions very often. So it's hard to get too excited about it, but I am really curious to see it, at least for the first time.
There is one point, and you've probably been on the Disneyland version of Splash Mountain.
I actually never was.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So the only reason I ever hesitated to go on it was because there's one point in the track that like completely submerges your feet underwater. The water will just spill in over the top of the log, and you will leave the ride with
Yeah,
drenched shoes and socks and like up to your ankles.
and that is the worst part of it too. Everything else can be wet. If you have dry socks, it's manageable, but those wet socks will really change your day.
So my hope is that maybe they will address that and alleviate that somehow. I don't know. I don't think they can change the profile of the track, but maybe change the the shape of the log or something to keep the water from coming in. I think that would be awesome, and then I would go on it all the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the things that I've noticed just now looking at this is that they've added some greenery, they've added some foliage. The coloring on these cliffs and hills there has become more green in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it's funny going from seeing the projects, here in Magic Kingdom, and then seeing this one, and it's just like jumping back in time a little bit.
Right, because you guys are like 3 or 4 months ahead of us.
Yeah.
And we still don't have an opening date for either coast, right?
Correct. Yeah.
But we can probably assume that yours will open well in advance of this one.
I would assume so. Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if they just gave the opening date for the Disneyland one and just before we got to Magic Kingdom, just based on the way things go sometimes. But yeah, safe bet the Magic Kingdom version will be opening much sooner.
Here's the little photo op that you can pose with Lewis. Lewis? Yeah.
I think you're right.
And he's one of the animatronics that they showed off in that video. If you haven't seen that yet, go check out. What's the name of the show? We call this Imagineering. We call it Imagineering on YouTube. And I just thought that was so cool, checking out all the new animatronics for Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah, it definitely looks exciting. I'm more excited for it now than I was, for sure.
Yeah, let's check it out from this perspective over here.
Minnesota. Yeah, like we love.
Here's the front. They've added some trees and more leaves.
You know that doesn't help me, right?
There is something.
Nice gray sky backdrop.
Yeah.
There.
The sun was peeking through the clouds earlier, but now it's a little overcast again. So that's Tiana's Bayou Adventure, formerly Splash Mountain. The other big project that's happening right now, right next door, is the Haunted Mansion is getting an entire new queue. They basically like ripped it all up inside there, and they're replacing it with something I think that will hopefully like flow a little bit better.
Now, how are they routing you into that attraction right now?
Oh, it's closed.
It is closed. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be closed all year. I think that's what I heard, but that may not be confirmed. It has not reopened since the end of the holiday season.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, there's construction walls up all around Haunted Mansion into New Orleans Square over here.
It does look like a pretty busy day there right now.
Yeah, I think it's still like we're at the tail end of spring break, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up here and show you the concept art.
Do you want to get one?
I always like when they do this and they, give guests an idea of what's coming. So here's what it's turning into.
And it looks like they don't have a reopening date for Haunted Mansion, by the way. So.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Still a lot of work to do. I mean, we can't see what's happening back there, but it seems like a big project. And here's like to the left of what will be the new Haunted Mansion queue, looking at the New Orleans Square train station, and then Tiana's Palace restaurant is on the left there, which as we turn left, you'll see that coming up.
You hungry?
Last time I rode the Disneyland Railroad around, they weren't even letting guests on and off at New Orleans Square. I think that's probably still the case. Yeah, it looks like it's still covered up over there.
Yeah, I was wondering how that would look back there. But.
We didn't want to get one.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to want to know that
Tom Sawyer Island here on the left. We're straight ahead. Across the rivers of America. And coming up on the right is Pirates of the Caribbean.
You have a message here, Mike. You're being invited. Come join us for Rise after you finish.
Are they waiting for me to finish? Ask them if they've seen Sabine. I can't communicate with them at the moment.
Well, I think you just did.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen Sabine? Can you hear me?
The only other thing I can think, like, I know we looked at like the popcorn bucket and some of the other smaller things, but if you know where any of the other Season of the Force merch is,
right? Yeah,
how
the
much of it must still be available?
New Star Tours merch in Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
I didn't show you that. This is kind of news to me, is that there's Lightning Lane for Pirates of the Caribbean now, which I didn't realize.
I believe we covered that. That was added somewhat recently.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that. Skywalking Through Neverland answered, we haven't this afternoon.
Okay. So I'll let you decide where we go. You want to head back toward Galaxy's Edge, or you want to head to the other side of the park?
Let's go see if we can find some of that merch to end on, because otherwise you might just be hunting for Sabine the entire time.
Sounds good. All right. So I have to note as I walk past the Tomorrowland. No, man. Can you tell I'm tired? The Adventureland Treehouse, that this water conveyance system is still not running. It only worked for like a couple weeks, if that. And yeah, it bugs me.
And you are contractually obligated to mention that.
I am. When I signed on to work for Laughing Place, they were like, please voice any and all nitpicks, grumblings, and complaints whenever possible.
Specific to water conveyance systems.
Yeah. that was a screaming kick.
Is that? That sounded like a velociraptor. I don't know what that was. I wasn't sure if a new animatronic was added over here.
over there.
I say you always know it's a busy day at Disneyland when the second floor of the Jungle Cruise queue is in use.
It's funny because Magic Kingdom, the Jungle Cruise is a pretty consistently long wait. So
yeah,
funny to see the difference there. Especially when the Disneyland one is the better version of the attraction, I think.
Okay. Well, you guys have that like temple that we don't have here.
That's true.
Through.
That's true.
I like that part. And this is my little tradition when I go through Adventureland, is I cut right through here through the bazaar. This is where they keep the Indiana Jones merchandise now, since the indie dedicated gift shop shut down. But I always like to see if there's anything new in the world of Indiana Jones, and it looks like there is not. They do have all the artifacts in stock.
Very cool.
For a while, they were tough to get. Now, not so much.
That, as things tend to be.
Right. There is a pattern there. Like when Disney gets something, they like under order it at first, that it completely sells out, and then they over order it when they get it back in stock.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna cut across the hub and back into Tomorrowland where we started.
Going full circle to wrap things up.
Yes. We can swing by Sleeping Beauty Castle over here.
Yeah, it'd probably be weird if we did a live stream from Disneyland and didn't share a look at the castle.
True. I had one of those mornings where I got to be in the park before any other guests.
Yeah.
Which happens every once in a while as a theme park reporter, but it still kind of sends a shiver up my spine. Like, it's such a rare treat.
Yeah, you don't
place with no one else around. So I tweeted a few photos this morning in the rain with no guests.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull one up.
That's okay. I just wanted to.
Do.
Ah. Hang on, I gotta clear some space.
Okay. Here's Sleeping Beauty Castle. They do not have the fountains going right now, which is interesting.
There you go. There's a look from this morning.
Yeah.
A rainy morning in an empty Disneyland.
Yep.
That is very cool to see.
Oh boy. Oh, we got to cut across before the parade comes.
Uh-oh. And again, you can see all of these images we're sharing and a lot more on the Laughing Place Twitter account and on laughingplace.com as well.
And look at these pretty spring colors we have in the hub. And there's the partner statue with Walt and Mickey. Oh, I hear that parade coming. We better hustle. Oh, look. He's about to put the rope up. Oh, boy.
Run, Mike, run.
I don't even know if I know which parade is coming. It must be, what is it? Magic Happens. That makes sense, right?
Oh, yeah. A parade that I've still not gotten to see and am very jealous of.
I hear it. I hear the music now. Doom, doom.
Yeah, so basically.
Okay, we're going to go past Star Tours which does have a new destination as of today.
Yeah, while we're coming back around to the Star Wars stuff, we will mention, as you can see scrolling across the bottom, we are here in Disneyland today for the start of Season of the Force, which runs through June 2nd. With some special Star Wars fun here at Disneyland Park.
And I did think it was cool. I did like the new scene with all the Purrgil.
Now, what hologram character did you get?
We got Mando. We got Mandalorian and Grogu, which my little pet theory about that is that Pedro Pascal did not voice the Mandalorian in Star Tours. Just didn't sound like him to me.
Interesting. Did he not just say things that they could have pulled from the show?
I want to say they would have to get a new contract or something. Like they wouldn't be allowed to do that if.
Right. Well, I guess that just depends on the wording in the contract that he did sign. But
right. But it didn't sound like him to me. But they, Rosario Dawson is in it as Ahsoka, and we didn't see the Cassian Andor hologram, but I'm pretty sure that's got to be Diego Luna. I don't know how you would fake that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna duck into the Star Trader.
This is right where we started the stream. So
yeah. And if you missed the beginning, we did mention that this is where you come to pick up your Season of the Force. It's a seek and find scavenger hunt, which is a fun activity that takes place over in Galaxy's Edge and here in Tomorrowland.
And again, here is the prize that you get out of that.
Yeah. Oh, I hadn't seen this before. This Tomorrowland. Is that a Spirit jersey, I guess?
I like that.
Yeah.
If you check the side of it, you'd see a little Spirit tag in the seam. If it is, in fact, a Spirit jersey. Kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know. Then there's this Ahsoka collection, which has been around for maybe a month or so now.
The I Am No Jedi.
I Am No Jedi, which I saw a panel at WonderCon last weekend about. It was just spotlight on Ashley Eckstein, the voice of Ahsoka Tano in the animation, and she said that the text of this shirt, and there's other merch that has that text on it, that's copied directly from her script, her personal script. From
That's
this
very cool.
Episode where she said that famous line, the season 2 finale of Star Wars Rebels.
That's
so
cool.
I thought that was cool. Oh, here's another shirt, different shirt that has more text just copied from that script. But I thought that was, look, you can see it's the 222 episode, season 2, episode 22, I think. And record draft July 20th, 2015. So copied right from her personal script.
Very cool.
And, this is outside of Galaxy's Edge. This is where you want to come and check out all the cool Star Wars merch that they have in Disneyland. And we're going to look at the new stuff that came in today, which is the new Star Tours merchandise back here.
Did they exit out of here?
Somebody set off the alarm. So here it is. You got this. Somebody called this like a crop top, which it does kind of. I'll show you the mannequin over there. It does kind of look like that. And you got R2D2 and C3PO on the Star Speeder. Star Tours: The Adventures Continue. Here's another one with some ships. Slave One and TIE Fighters, and another Star Speeder and Darth Vader's mask in the background. There's a hat. Star Tours: The Adventures Continue. There's this hoodie that I know Rebecca was looking at and said that they only have extra small.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, look at that.
let's see the back. I'm going to show you the back of this.
This is the item I've been seeing online the most. So yeah, it seems like this will be a popular item here.
Okay, let's show you the back. There it is.
Very nice.
Same shirts and hats over there, but they do have mannequins on this side. Happy customers coming off of Star Tours. That woman was saying that was so cool. So there's what it would look like on you if you were a mannequin.
I think you should go with the crop top, Mike. I think it'll work.
Yeah. I guess if you wear that orange underneath it, you're not really showing off any midriff. Yeah, so I think we
crop top
covered.
and grab a seat at the bar at Oga's. It's a good look.
Yeah. I think we covered most of the bases for Season of the Force, except we didn't get to see Sabine, sadly. She never came out while we were there.
Yeah, but again, we do have photos you can see
Yeah.
on laughingplace.com right now, and video as well. This question feels like it has context on it, and we have to address this. Does Mike have a spreadsheet to ensure he gets all 250 plus combos?
The kind of sad truth is that I don't really care about Star Tours that much. Nor do I really care for Smuggler's Run. I think I just don't love flight simulator attractions.
That's fair.
But I did, if they brought back the original Star Tours, I would definitely go on it a bunch more. For whatever reason, I just tend to gravitate toward Disney attractions that have like physical sets and animatronics, like we were talking about before.
Yeah.
And there's our old pal C-3PO and R2-D2.
All right. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of our walk and talk here today. So again, Season of the Force kicked off today here at Disneyland Park and over in Disney's Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World. And if you would like to visit either Disneyland Resort or Walt Disney World Resort for Season of the Force, our friends at Mouse Fan Travel can help you out with that. Now, I'm sorry, Mike. I should have asked anything else before we wrap things up here?
No, I would say, if you want to see more coverage from Season of the Force, we have a bunch of videos. Interview with Imagineer Tom, some last name. Yes. What's his last name?
I'm looking. Hang on.
Yes. Very famous, well-loved Imagineer, who I'm blanking on his name. And I got to speak with him this morning. He was very kind to me. And now I've said I don't care about Star Tours, and he's probably crying.
I am not seeing the story on it, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, you caught me at a bad time. But yeah, it's out there, and you could see Sabine. You can see the droids, the robots, and you could see what else? That's pretty much it.
The scavenger hunt. Did you like that?
We got pictures of the scavenger hunt. I didn't want to give away like too many of the solutions.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We can't. Video is so hard to shoot inside a Space Mountain, so we don't really have that. And then they wouldn't let us shoot video in Star Tours, so I don't have that. Maybe did Jeremiah get that?
Sorry, hang on. I just got Tom Fitzgerald. Is who we.
Tom Fitzgerald, good old Tom Fitzgerald. He said he's been with Imagineering for 40 years, and like 95% of that time has been spent. Not has been spent, but within 98% of that time, he's been working on Star Tours. Like he was there from the beginning in the 80s. And he came back to do Adventures Continue, and now he's doing these new editions. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that
And
is.
I'm sorry that I don't love the attraction more. I'm sorry.
Well, for what it's worth, I do love the attraction. I will say it's not one I do all that often, but I do really enjoy it. So, and I can't wait to go and try out these new.
And the new,
combinations.
the new additions are cool. The Purgles are cool. So definitely come and check them out.
Yeah, I'm excited to just go somewhere other than Naboo because that's where I tend to go every single time I'm on it.
We used to ask them, like in the years after Adventures Continue opened, my wife and I, then girlfriend, we used to ask them if they could turn off the Gungans. In fact, one time we did a Star Wars like scavenger hunt trivia type thing, and our team name was "Turn Off the Gungans."
I like it.
Because
I was
my
going to say
favorite,
it does have like a, it does have a ring to it. Like it could be some sort of group name.
my favorite destination is Hoth, Ice Planet Hoth, and I think I've only ever been there like 3 times.
Yeah, no, me too. I was going to say the same thing. I never go to Hoth, and I always end up on Naboo. All right, I'm just trying to see real quick what else do we have coming up today. Obviously, keep your eye out for our coverage of the what was the name of the fireworks again, Mike?
Fire of the Rising Moon.
There you go. Tonight in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge from Disneyland Park. And that's it for today. So keep an eye out for that.
You got it.
Sorry, just had to point out Kyle.
Somebody injured Jar Jar.
All right, thanks again for joining us, everyone. Goodbye from Disneyland.
Bye.
As I try to find the outro. There we go. Bye.